Hey guys, welcome back. I have another little Jackson's haul to share with you guys. I picked up a couple of things during the Black Friday sales. Not a ton, but a couple of little interesting things that I thought you guys might like to see. Okay, let's go for it. So this is just the bottom of the box. So I'm opening it upside down. Okay, so this first little thing we have is a A5 watercolor sketchbook by Pink Pig, who are based in Britain. So this caught my eye just because it was so reasonably priced. It was $5 for 25 pages, and that's 270 GSM, I believe. Yeah, so it's interesting paper. It's a little similar to the Canson XL. It kind of just feels like cardstock. It feels a little sort of shiny, so it'll be interesting to see what water absorbency this is. It's definitely not cotton, so yeah, I'd be interested to see how that works. Okay, what else do we have in here? So we have this Daniel Smith little dot chart. I believe this was about 11 cents, and I just wanted to have a look at these Alex Hilkert's palette colors, so it's going to be fun. What else do we have? Let's open this one. Ah, yes. So let's move this box over here just so that you can see the items. So this is a painting knife, one of Jackson's brand's painting knives. And I've been making a lot of watercolor paint lately, and I just wanted to see if this would be a better way of scraping it into the pan, because it has this nice flat edge here. So that's pretty much why I bought it, but I think it would be great for some multimedia painting as well, applying some texture onto your paintings. So that's going to be exciting. And then we have this little bundle here. Ooh! So this is some more paint pigments. Okay, so we have this super bright nickel titanate, which is PY53. I have, I believe, a medium Hansa yellow, which is very different to this. This is much more kind of like a lemony yellow. So I'm excited to make some mixes with that. And then I've got the phthalo green blue shade, PG7. So I'm interested in making some sort of tealish, maybe even some deep sort of underwater granulating colors. Maybe mix this with some Mars Black and see how that works out. That'd be interesting. And then I got the beautiful Potter's Pink, PR233. And I'm excited to mix this with some other colors. I noticed a lot of the Schmincke granulating paints had the Potter's Pink in there, so kind of interested to make up some mixes with that. And then a super bright Pyrrole Red, Fire Engine Red, PR254. So this is more of an orangey bright red. The other one that I own is a Mars red, so a very sort of deep brown red. Okay, so we have this next little package. Okay, so we have a couple of things here. We have a bamboo dip pen, and this has a sort of, let me open it, hang on a sec. Okay, so it has a flat end here, quite a thick one, so you could probably dip it in just using the corner or this whole flat tip here. This is just a round end on the end. I guess you could do some mark making with that as well, but primarily it's to be used this way. So yeah, I just wanted to try some more sort of interesting strokes and see if what we can do with some ink. So I think this was like maybe $2 or something, so I just wanted to try it out. And then we have a water brush. So this water brush is a Kuretake Zig one, and it has a large tip. So I do have a couple of other water brushes, the Pentel ones and then some Amazon ones, but I didn't love the large tip ones, so I wanted to give this one a go to see if it was any better. And then we have this Uni Pin fine line. So I do have a black version of this, and it's great. It's waterproof and fade proof. This is a 0.5, so not super fine, but I like it for sketching. And this is in a sepia. I just wanted to try a different ink color, and they have a whole bunch of different ink colors. I just chose this one just to try it out. And then these two are interesting. These two are some blender brushes. So I think what these are used for is to blend pencil together, like to make nice smooth gradients and stuff like that. But I wanted to try it on my watercolor pencils. I saw somebody on an Instagram talking about these and how it blended their watercolor pencils better than water. And I think the idea behind it is that by adding water, you're kind of diluting the pigment, whereas these don't dilute it as much. So you can still dissolve the pigment in the crayons or the pencils, but it won't dilute the color as much. So I'm really interested to try those and see how they work out. Okay, so the last thing is a big thing. The last thing is this guy. So give me a moment and I will open this. Okay, so this is the Daler Rowney System 3 Acrylic Ink Starter Pack, I believe. Alright, so this was a much heavier item than I usually buy from Jackson's, and it did increase my shipping quite a bit. But thanks to you guys, I had a little bit of affiliate credit, so that covered my shipping for this guy. So I wanted to say thank you to guys for using my links in the descriptions of my videos. It really helped out, and I was able to ship this for free. So thanks guys. Anyway, I'll put all the links to all these guys in my description again if you're interested in anything. Okay, so in this set we have a Mars Black, a titanium white. These are a little beat up. I wonder if that happened during shipping. I mean, it won't affect the product at all, but still. What is this color? A cadmium red hue. A silver. Ooh, I didn't know it had a silver in it. Well, that's fun. A silver. A ultramarine blue that looks like it needs a lot of shaking here. Seems to have settled. That looks better. So I'm guessing you have to shake these before you use them. So an ultramarine blue and a cadmium yellow hue. So this is sort of like just a primary set, and you can kind of make your mixes from that. And what I was really interested in these guys is combining them with watercolor. The acrylic ink kind of reacts a little differently than watercolor ink. I know that alcohol ink acts a lot differently with watercolor, but I just wanted to mix these two mediums to see what I could come up with. So I'll be mixing, I probably won't be using these alone. I'll probably be making color mixes and playing around with those guys. And then of course the white I was going to get just by itself anyway. It says it's an opaque white, but we shall see how opaque it actually is. And you can always use black. So yay, so that's super exciting. And then this, what is this? Oh, it's a little paint marker, which is super weird. Do I fill it with acrylic ink? These acrylic inks, that really, I don't know. So maybe I'll have to look into what I can put in that. Let's see what the tip is like. Oh, so it's just like a little 1.1 to 2 millimeter. What is this? 1 to 2 millimeter round. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm not sure if it's supposed to be used with these guys or with some other kind of acrylic paint. Okay, so let's try out some of these materials. So let's use our little Pink Pig watercolor journal and just see how this works with a watercolor. And I think we'll use our new water brush. So I thought we might as well try a couple of these colors. So I think I want to try the quinacridone purple. Wow, it re-wets really, really well. Oh, that's gorgeous. Yeah, this water brush is great. Had a really nice consistent flow. Yeah, there's quite a lot of paint in these little samples. I'm just going to clean off my brush and we'll try another one. Okay, so I'm just going to speed up this footage a little bit. It's just me testing out some of the colors and trying to get a feel for this paper. Overall, I think it performed okay. It didn't really warp very much, but I noticed, especially on that raw sienna one down on the left there, I worked over it a couple of times and it really started to tear up the paper. So it's definitely not something that you would want to use for lifting. I think it would probably be great for just sort of mixed media sketching rather than trying to create some really good watercolor works with a lot of water. So here I thought I would just do a quick sketch of my little water pen up there just to test out this new Uni Pin Sepia pen. And it was really great. I really like the performance of these pens. I have a couple in the black with different sizes. This one is a 0.5 and I really like this thickness. And it's great for just quick sketching, and then you can do some watercolor washes over the top if you want because it dries super fast. And then I decided just to add some quick washes of color actually using the water pen, which was probably not the smartest thing because I had to keep looking at it to see how, you know, where the shadows lie and stuff. So that was kind of fun, kind of going back and forth looking at it and using it. And here I'm just sort of doing a close-up of the color so you guys can see that, and just to see the line width. So it is a very subtle brown. So here I'm just grabbing a couple of Caran d'Ache Neocolors and a couple of Albert Dürer watercolor pencils to try out the blender pens that we got. So here I'm just laying down 3 swatches of the Albert Dürer pencil, and I'm going to use the Ecoline here to blend it out, which did a really nice even job, and then you just kind of clean it off on a tissue here to get the pigment off. And then this one is the Koi, which I don't think did it as smooth as the Ecoline. And then this one's the water, which definitely dissolves the pigment but tends to push it along further rather than making more of an even wash. So this is the Caran d'Ache Neocolor 2. I just wanted to see if it acted differently with a crayon versus the pencil. And the Ecoline did pretty good there. The Koi had a lot more trouble diluting that and moving it around. And then the water again kind of picks up the pigment and then pushes it along. Yeah, so I feel like the blender pens work really differently to the water. The water tends to sort of dilute the paint there and then bring it off the paper and push it along, whereas the Ecoline and the Koi picked up the pigment a bit, but it was a much evener wash and less diluted. So yeah, I think these will be really interesting to use in certain applications. Okay, so now we're going to swatch out the acrylic inks from Daler Rowney. I'm just going to do like a little swirl of the mass tone for each of the inks straight out of the bottle, and then I'm going to apply it with a wet brush and then water it down a little bit for all the colors just so you can see what they look like. So here are all the swatches after they're dry. You can see that that silver is nice and shiny. The black is a little bit shiny as well. The white is quite matte, and the other three colors, the yellow, the blue and the red, are dried quite matte too in that mass tone. But you can see these lovely mixes here. They kind of separated out, which was really interesting. So I think they were going to be really fun to play with, and I still want to try and mix them, kind of do a multimedia painting with watercolor and the acrylic inks. So I think that's it for this haul, guys. Thanks for joining me again. I hope it gave you some insight into some things that you might have been looking to purchase. And again, all the links to all of these products are in the description as always, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!